Welcome to an exploration of the fascinating neuroscience behind habit formation and how we can leverage this knowledge to make lasting changes in our lives. I'm Dr. Andrew Huberman, and in this video we'll delve into the biological mechanisms that underpin our habits, drawing upon the latest research in neuroscience. Understanding these mechanisms can empower us to take control of our behaviors, build positive routines, and break free from habits that no longer serve us. Let's get started. Let's start by defining what we mean by habits. Habits are behaviors that become automatic through repetition. Actions like tying shoelaces, brushing teeth, or checking your phone often happen without much thought. This automaticity is driven by neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to change and reorganize by forming new neural connections. Repeated behaviors activate specific neural circuits, making them more efficient. This efficiency makes behaviors feel easier and more automatic over time. The more you repeat a behavior, the stronger the neural connections become. Neuroplasticity is essential for learning and adaptation. It allows us to acquire new skills, form memories, and navigate our environment efficiently. However, it can also make breaking negative habits challenging. We need to rewire those pathways and create new, healthier ones. Now, let's talk about a key concept I call limbic friction. You know that feeling of resistance you experience when trying to start a new habit or break an old one? That's limbic friction at play. It's that internal struggle, the voice in your head saying, "This is too hard," or "I'd rather just do it the old way." The limbic system, an ancient part of our brain, plays a crucial role in our emotions, motivation, and survival instincts. When we encounter something new or challenging, the limbic system often interprets it as a potential threat, triggering a stress response. This response manifests as that internal resistance, limbic friction. Think about a time you tried to start a new diet or exercise routine. You were probably gung-ho for the first few days, but then that initial motivation waned, and the old cravings or excuses started creeping back in. That's limbic friction trying to pull you back into your comfort zone. The intensity of limbic friction can vary depending on several factors, including your genetics, past experiences, and current emotional state. The key to overcoming limbic friction is to understand that it's a natural part of the process. In the next chapter, we'll discuss practical strategies to manage limbic friction and make habit change more manageable. One of the most effective ways to enhance habit formation is task bracketing. This involves linking a new habit with an existing routine. Our brains are excellent at recognizing patterns. When we perform two actions in sequence, the brain associates them. Think about it. How many of us reach for our phones after turning off our alarms? That's a habit loop reinforced through repetition. Task bracketing leverages this to create new, positive habits. Identify an existing habit. Choose a habit you perform consistently. This could be brushing your teeth or making coffee. Next, select your new habit. Start with something small and manageable. Then, link the habits together. Place the new habit before or after the existing one. For example, meditate right after brushing your teeth. Task bracketing minimizes willpower needed for new routines. Now let's delve into the fascinating world of neurochemicals and how they influence our ability to form habits. Our brains are constantly bathed in a complex cocktail of neurochemicals that fluctuate throughout the day, influencing our energy levels, focus, motivation, and mood. Understanding these neurochemical fluctuations can provide valuable insights into the optimal times for habit acquisition. For example, cortisol, often referred to as the stress hormone, follows a natural diurnal rhythm, peaking in the morning and gradually declining throughout the day. While chronically elevated cortisol can be detrimental, having higher cortisol levels in the morning is actually beneficial for alertness, focus, and motivation. This means that the first 8 hours after waking tend to be the most productive time for most people, particularly for tasks that require sustained attention, cognitive function, or physical energy. If you're trying to establish a habit that requires focus and discipline, like exercising, working on a creative project, or learning a new skill, scheduling it for the morning hours can significantly increase your chances of success. Conversely, as cortisol levels decline later in the day, we experience a shift towards other neurochemicals, such as melatonin, which promotes relaxation and sleep. By aligning your habit-building efforts with your natural neurochemical rhythms, you can work with your biology rather than against it. Experiment with different times to see when you feel most inclined to engage in specific behaviors. Chapter 5. The 21-Day Habit Formation Framework. Now let's talk about a structured approach to habit formation, the 21-Day Framework. While the often cited notion that it takes 21 days to form a habit is an oversimplification, having a defined time frame can be incredibly helpful for staying motivated and tracking progress. This framework is designed to align with the principles of neuroplasticity we discussed earlier. Remember, consistency is key to strengthening those neural pathways. Here's a breakdown of the 21-day framework. Days 1 to 7. Establish the behavior. Focus on performing the new habit consistently, even if it's for a short duration. Don't worry about perfection, aim for consistency. Use task bracketing if applicable to make it easier to integrate into your routine. Days 8 to 14. Increase complexity or duration. Once the behavior feels more automatic, gradually increase the duration, intensity, or complexity. For example, if you've been meditating for 5 minutes each morning, try extending it to 7 minutes. Days 15 to 21. Solidify and reinforce. Continue performing the habit consistently, focusing on making it an ingrained part of your routine. Chapter 6. Dopamine's role in habit formation and breaking. Let's talk about a crucial neurochemical involved in habit formation: dopamine. Dopamine is often referred to as the reward molecule because it plays a central role in motivation, pleasure, and reinforcement learning. When we engage in behaviors that are pleasurable or rewarding, our brains release dopamine, creating a sense of satisfaction and reinforcing the behavior. This is why certain activities like eating sugary foods, scrolling through social media, or engaging in addictive behaviors can be so difficult to resist. They trigger powerful dopamine releases. Understanding how dopamine works can be incredibly empowering when it comes to building and breaking habits. Here's how: habit formation, anticipation, and reward. When we anticipate a reward, our brains release dopamine even before we receive the reward. This anticipation creates a powerful motivator. Leverage this by setting realistic goals and rewarding yourself for progress. Habit breaking, short-term versus long-term gratification. Many negative habits provide immediate dopamine rushes but have negative long-term consequences. By consciously acknowledging this trade-off, you can start to weaken the hold of these habits. Find healthy dopamine sources. Engage in activities that provide healthy dopamine releases, such as exercise, hobbies, spending time with loved ones, or pursuing meaningful goals. Mindful consumption. Be mindful of your consumption of highly stimulating activities, such as social media, video games, or junk food, as these can lead to dopamine desensitization. Chapter 7. Strategies for breaking unwanted habits. Now that we've covered the science behind habit formation, let's focus on strategies for breaking free from those pesky unwanted habits that might be holding you back. Remember, habits are essentially ingrained neural pathways. Breaking a habit involves weakening those pathways and creating new ones. Here are some effective strategies. 1. Introduce friction. Make the habit more difficult. Increase the effort required to engage in the habit. For example, if you're trying to reduce your phone use, delete distracting apps or keep your phone in another room. Alter your environment. Modify your surroundings to make the habit less appealing. If you tend to snack while watching TV, remove unhealthy snacks from your living room. 2. Replace the habit. Identify the need. Determine the underlying need the negative habit is fulfilling. Find a healthy substitute. Choose a positive behavior that satisfies the same need. For example, if you reach for sugary snacks when you're stressed, try substituting them with a healthy alternative like fruit or a quick walk. 3. Mindfulness and reflection. Increase awareness. Pay attention to your triggers. What situations, emotions, or environments tend to precede the unwanted behavior? Track your habits. Keep a journal or use a habit tracking app to monitor your progress and identify patterns. Reframe your thoughts. Challenge the thoughts and beliefs that maintain the habit. Outro: unlock your potential, build lasting change. As we've explored in this video, understanding the neuroscience behind habit formation and elimination provides us with powerful tools for personal growth and transformation. By harnessing the principles of neuroplasticity, managing limbic friction, leveraging task bracketing, and understanding the role of dopamine, we can take control of our behaviors and create lasting change. Building positive habits and breaking free from negative ones is a journey, not a destination. Let these insights guide you as you embark on your journey toward building the habits that serve you and creating a life that aligns with your values and aspirations.